check here. Alright. So I'm going to be playing Doom today. Not Doom Eternal, which just recently released. I'm not good enough at Doom Eternal yet to really confidently play that on camera. But, so we're here, playing this one. And I was thinking we could do something a little different than usual. So we're having some... Alright, there we go. Sorry, having some technical difficulties there, but yeah, I thought I would do something a bit different, and I kind of wanted to make this sort of almost sort of like a group, like, quarantine journal of sorts, where myself and anybody who wants to, jump into the chat and hang out, any one of those, anybody can talk about their experiences during this quarantine. For the record, we're filming this on March 27th. State of Michigan, where I live, just this week has put down a shelter-in-place order, and most people are in, kind of a lockdown. Most workplaces are closed down, other than those deemed essential. I was actually out of work for 3 days until just last night. On Thursday night, my workplace was deemed essential by the governor, and I went back into work today. So I'm no longer on quarantine, strictly speaking. I mean, outside of work, yeah, I'm pretty much stuck here, but... Sorry, again, I'm having a couple technical difficulties here. We're going to get started a bit. But anyways, yeah, so I figured I would just come here, play some cathartic games and, kind of talk about what I think has really been sort of going on and with me, and if anyone else jumps into the chat and wants to talk about how they're feeling and, how this has affected them. And I feel like getting this kind of thing out into the open and, just talking about our experiences can sort of be a nice catharsis of its own. In addition to, like the cathartic ultra-violence we're about to partake in here with Doom, which is why I figured Doom would be appropriate. There's no pressure to play well or... Oh, I mean, that's not true. This is Doom, but... where we could just sort of hang out and kind of get our feelings and thoughts about how we're dealing with this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, quarantine, how all of this is kind of affecting us and what it's been like with our lives. So we're just going to start a new campaign slot here. Before I start, I'm going to grab something to drink. If you'll excuse me for just a moment. Excuse me. Wow, that was a terrible time to turn the mic back on. Yeah, so we're just gonna hang out and play some Doom. But like I was saying, yeah, I want to sort of... I'm interested to see if anybody pops into the chat, and I want to hear about what they have to say about what's going on and how it's affecting them, and just get everything kind of out of our systems, because I feel like we could all use something like that right now. And because I'm the only one in here right now, I'm gonna start by kind of saying, well, I mentioned before, I live in the state of Michigan.
Brutal, without mercy.
It's been kind of tough here for us.
Rip and tear.
Because
until it is done.
There have been rumors for quarantine for a few weeks while we were, while this whole coronavirus thing was going on. We were listening to, and we were hearing all about it. Other states were going on lockdown. And we were in a, like I mentioned before, we just finally got a shelter in place, enforced social distancing, all that sort of thing. And we'd been hearing about this for a while. But this week it finally came into, effect. And...
we have to contain this.
Now we're on lockdown, and most businesses are closed. And a lot of us are in quarantine. Like I mentioned before, I was for about 3 days. I don't know how... Because of the nature of my job, I can't exactly talk about a whole lot of it. I work basically in quality assurance testing for automotive vehicles. For automotive parts, currently. And that's about as much as I can go into, legally, I think. But, because of the nature of my job, we're fairly isolated to begin with. And because basically what we do is effectively safety work. We were deemed essential, not just here, but pretty much countrywide, around in California and in Illinois. Actually, we had our first...
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits
disappointing to see and talk about. It's hard to hear about over an email. Because it feels just so... it always feels so far away until you're reading, warning emails about there's been deaths in the company, and there's been confirmed cases here and here, all over the country. And it's... And I can understand why a lot of people would have a hard time taking it seriously until that point. I certainly thought it was serious, but I didn't realize it was... I will admit, I didn't realize it was quite this bad. That it was going to get quite this bad. And... sometimes it can be a little hard to talk and do absolute chaos. But, so, a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, been affected pretty severely by this quarantine. A couple people I know work in, grocery stores and other things that are deemed, essential. I know some people who work in medical. My dad as well, works in a medical industry, so he's in and out of hospitals all the time. And when you see how bad the virus gets, when you read about, the experiences like medical professionals are having in hospitals and the kind of things they're seeing and their effects on other people and themselves, and like the 12-hour shifts they're pulling, the bruises from the masks and protective gear, it's completely surreal. You never really grow up, you never really think you're gonna live through a historical event that's quite so bad. Like I kind of saw something. It's almost kind of similar to like. I know this isn't quite like an accurate comparison, but it's like it's almost the same kind of like national attitude as when like 9/11 happened. It's everything changed so fast.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in
it's like quarantine,
was purely for the betterment of mankind.
Social distancing.
Everything has clearly gotten out of hand.
Something you really ever heard about.
But it was worth the risk.
Well, it's not really phrases you hear very often outside of certain contexts. And now we just drop it into our, our daily sort of zeitgeist, By the way, shout out to the Daily Zeitgeist. Great podcast if you've never listened to it. But, this is, I never did quite imagine that things would get this bad. And I realize now it's because of, there's, it's hard not to get angry when this kind of thing is going on. It's hard not to get upset at the people in charge when this is just how things, when there's just incompetence on such a massive scale. You look at how South Korea is handling it, like they found out about it at the same time we did here in the States, and their response was so much better. We're here because of the incompetence of our game show host, president, dipshit moron. Not to say like, I'm not trying to be like, Orange Man bad. Orange Man is bad, but he's a symptom of a very broken country. He's a symptom of the very broken kind of country we live in that, led to having Orange Man bad. And it's all really coming to a head here, in this fucking outbreak. Just every stupid ass thing Trump is saying or doing, and how he has just absolutely no morals or integrity, and it all really shows. And it comes down to it, in a time like this. Like, the man literally gets on fucking TV and says that, what matters to him is, like, that, all this negative press is going to affect my re-election. Like, it's so hard not to get just absolutely furious when, the guy who's supposed to be in charge says something like that. It's never when they say something about like, we need to get the economy back and going. No, we need to protect people from the fucking virus. Like, people are gonna die. And people are saying that, you're getting all these people that are just thinking along like actual like fascist propaganda shit, like the useless eaters that you would know. You would show up in Nazi propaganda. Like this whole line about how, like, oh, don't worry, only 1% of us will die, and herd immunity will take care of the rest. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You have to actively take steps to, like, protect people. And I know lots of people don't like it when people get fucking political on their screens or whatever, but this is something that affects everybody currently. Like, the entire world is in a fucking crisis. You know, it's not good. You know, it's not good. And it's because we live in a broken political system, at least here in the States, definitely. There were a few days there where I had absolutely no idea if I was going to, no idea if I was going to have like paid leave. Turns out I didn't, you know. But luckily for me, because we were deemed essential, I was only gone 3 days. So, you know, having already done my tax return back, I personally have not been in too bad of a financial position. As a result of this, because I'm going back to work, there's a lot of people I know who are just in a really, really bad place, like that are very worried about their immediate future because they're not going to get, you know, paid leave of any kind, or, you know, they can't afford not to be working right now. And I know, because I used to work in grocery stores, in kitchens, and in food service, I know what happens when there's shit like this that's around. People are going to just show up sick because they can't afford not to. You know, that's bad, but they don't have a choice. You know, they don't have a choice. You know, it's pretty shitty to see. Oh, hey, Rick, it's good to see you in the chat there. Yeah, no, Doom Eternal looks real good. This isn't the new one, but I have it, but I'm just not. I mentioned earlier, I started up, that I'm nowhere near good enough at it yet to really go on camera with it, but this is... Yeah, no, the new Doom is pretty great. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, though, to kind of get back on the topic of things, this whole quarantine mess is just... It's really fucking everybody up. And, you know, this is, for like the foreseeable future, this is just kind of how things have to be now. You know, I have a feeling that this is going to be, like, this is going to be, you know, something that comes and goes. It's not going to be like, we find a virus for it once and we're done. I'm sorry, find a vaccine for it and we're done. Going to be a problem for a long time. I think this is going to come and go, like, seasonally, probably forever until we get a vaccine. Talking to anybody specific right now, and it's, you know, it's not really political. It's not really specifically like political exposition. I wanted to sort of document, you know, how people are doing during this quarantine and just kind of letting out, you know, all the stuff they want to talk about in the chat. You know, it's a thing like that, where we can all just kind of document what's going on with us, what's going on with people we know, you know, how we're all working through this, you know, kind of our feelings about what's happening. Again, this is a very different kind of video from a stream I normally do, where it's more like a let's play. In this, we're just kind of, like I said, we're just gonna sit back and just sort of kind of get to the bottom of everybody's, you know, what's happening with everyone. Because I have this undying need like, make sure everybody I know is okay. Or if they're not okay, you know, like, what's going on with them? Is there anything I can do to help? It's like that. You know, because we are all in this, like, shitty situation together. You know? It's just kind of how I feel about this whole thing. But yes, Rick just popped in on the chat here to the kind of later YouTube audience for this we have, or if anybody watches the VOD later. A friend of mine from when I was back in college, good guy. You know, just kind of plugging my friends here while they're on the show. But yeah, if you have anything to add to, you know, conversation about this, or if you just want to listen to me ramble, you know, whatever, yeah, feel free to add anything if there's anything you kind of want to talk about, you know, sort of on and off here. I know, we should be in, like, the shitty situation, I mean, the quarantine, but I feel like, yeah, we need to be, like, social distancing and separate and things like that. So you're at that. But I feel like it would be, I personally feel like it would be, you know, a lot better if we weren't ruled by idiots, knew what was happening, and then instead of doing something about it, like, sold stocks? Like, sold their stocks? Even though they're already, like, fucking million. Like, they just sold off their stocks. You know. You know, like, fuck us, apparently, man. And just fuck people. We're just gonna bail out on, we're just gonna get our money and go. Like, everybody who's done this, like, I think should just go to fucking prison. That's just me, you know. These are my opinions. I'm not gonna make it any secret that I tend to lean pretty left on the political spectrum, for the most part. Like, it's... Yeah, stocks can't sell without buyers, that's true, but, like... Yeah, those are the people who aren't any better, too. Like... It's just becoming a whole thing. Like, publicly, like, these people, these senators were, like, publicly telling, you know, their constituents that things were going to be okay and things weren't that bad, but then, like, off and selling all their stuff, and internally, like, there's been leaked memos and stuff. Hold on. Sorry, is this better? Ah, shit. You have a good place for my mic currently. Give me a sec to... Alright, how's this? Is this any better, or do I sound like I'm in a fishbowl? Okay. But no, like, there's all these people, like, internally they were talking about how, you know, like, oh, this is gonna get really bad, we haven't seen anything like this in our lifetimes, but publicly telling people, like, oh, no, it's gonna be fine,
intelligence,
you know,
assigned to Mars.
we've got this all
After
figured
running
out.
diagnostics on the Praetor suit, it appears that I can activate optional challenges
it's a little,
that, when completed, will assist in upgrading our arsenal at an accelerated pace. I have added a tracking component to your dossier.
This is kind of the best I can do for right now.
Main power offline. All entrances not
Alright, what are the challenges for this mission? What do I remember?
operational.
Kill 2 chums with 1 trigger. Shot. Wait, this is easy. Just get over here. Did I get it?
All
No.
entrances not operational.
Didn't get that. But, who the fuck? Sorry, somebody in my neighborhood is deciding that now is a great fucking time to rev up their engine at an obnoxious volume in the middle of the goddamn street. Yeah, I'm not sure about. Let me see if there's a setting I can change here real quick. Let's take a look. Shit, it doesn't look like there's really anything I can do from this end other than kind of mess with. How's that? Is that better? I think I've turned my mic input up as much as I can. Yeah, I could probably just turn the audio settings down in here a little bit. No, just do that. Hey, no, this is where I came from. Fuck.
Main power offline. All entrances.
Alright, yep, it's this door. There we go. Twofer. Got it.
Main power offline. All entrances non-operational.
Alright. Is that better? And yeah, it was nice of you to drop by. Honestly, sorry I haven't really gotten in contact with you for a while, but
Especially
it's
in what will be your
things get busy, you know.
In this world. All the rumors, the human sacrifices. The hell.
But yeah, it's nice to hear from you for sure.
It's all true. My sisters and brothers, be thankful. You will be the first. You will have a seat alongside them, just as I will, in what will become the new world that they create for us.
Secrets.
Now.
Never found that secret before. I've beaten this game twice. Yeah. No,
Especially now. In what will be your final.
Yeah, I guess the reason I did this is because everybody's stuck. Everybody's miserable. And I feel like people just need, a place to vent. Or just like kind of document their feelings. Or just their experiences. What's going on? I know it's kind of a weird medium to do that, just on like a chat log and a video where nobody can be heard, but can be read on the you can read the chat logs and video on demand, shit like that. Hello. Goodbye. Oh fuck. Whoops. I didn't realize I'd fall off there. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it helps to immortalize the discussions, and I think you're right. Like I said, my beliefs for the most part are no secret. So anybody who's like watched my channel before or who knows me personally is pretty much gonna know how I feel on the subject, and that it's just been a whole lot of too little, too late on the part of the executive branch. Especially when he was warned over and over and over months, calling it a hoax on, you know, going on TV, calling it a hoax and perpetuating that, and then finally saying, like, oh, well, how could we see this coming? It's like, motherfucker, you knew this was coming. It wasn't a surprise. Stop acting like it was a surprise when you damn well know it wasn't. See, I know there's a secret up there, but I feel like I'm just gonna fucking fall off again.
My sisters and brothers, be thankful. You will be the first. You will have a
fuck, yep, did it. God damn it.
From the new world that they create for us. Starting.
And like I was saying a bit earlier before you popped in that I know there's like the Orange Man bad, but like I know there's a lot more to it than Orange Man bad. But Orange Man is still bad, even if he is a symptom of many problems and not the problem itself. He certainly isn't making anything better. To me, at least.
I believe especially
you know, he panders to straight up like white supremacists and outright neo-Nazis. That kind of shit, actually, like I'm just not down for it. Like, you know, that's his base. Like, someone was saying earlier on a podcast I listened to. There was a bit of comfort in knowing, like, that there is no body when it comes to Trump. You know, like, there's no bottom, and what I mean by that is that there's no, like, level of thing he can do that will ever lose him that base level of support he has. Because, you know, his base has a certain appeal, like, that he appeals to. Hey, Hidden Doom level. But no, like, there's a whole lot of, like, and anybody who keeps saying that, like, oh, well, once Trump's gone, things will go back to normal. It's like, well, like, what you call quote-unquote normal is what got us in a position where people thought he was viable to begin with. You can't just do that. Like, there are deep underlying societal problems that need to be addressed that just finding some milquetoast, you know, Joe Biden type isn't going to fix. No matter how much you want things to go back to the way they were, it's not healthy for us. You know? I feel like we need to be exploring other new things. And again, this is just me, this is just my opinion. You know, I'm not out here trying to tell other people how to think. This is just what I think based on the way I have interacted with the world. Yeah, like, I think like a big problem with America right now is with the states currently is that, like, oh shit, I just killed myself. Again, god damn it. Alright. But no, I think like a big problem in the States right now is that we just kind of, is that like life in rural America and life in urban America are very, very different. And we can't just try to lay down like blanket laws that cover everybody because it's going to affect people differently. Like, that's just how it is. And it's a gross oversimplification of it, putting it that way. But like, that's the gist of my point. Like, I could get on that for hours, but I'm not going to, you know. You know, like, it would be... I've been listening to a lot of, like, journalistic podcasts and stuff recently about, like, the news and about, you know, kind of what's going on in the world. There's this great thing You know what? Yeah, that's fair. It is kind of. I don't want to make it like an us versus them thing because, like, I've lived and I've had family that have lived on both sides of, like, you know, this whole, like, kind of urban-rural divide, and there's just entire swaths of the country that nobody in Congress gives a shit about. Like you think a U.S. senator is going to give two flying fucks about, you know, family from Tiffin, Ohio? Because they certainly didn't give a shit about my dad's family, you know? But, you know, because they don't care about places like that, because places like that don't give them votes. You know? That's all they care about is votes and money. At least is what it seems like to me. But yeah, no, it's like I don't mean to make like some kind of gross oversimplification of, you know, like the us versus them sort of rhetoric that goes around. I don't want to think about things like that. Am I missing something up here? I'm trying to think. What is... Oh, on the other side of this wall is the... Here it is.
And each year we harvest only the best of the best. Are you ready to move on? To take on new challenges? To become more than you ever dreamed?
Yeah, there's... I agree there are lots of things we could be doing better to, like, hold our politicians more accountable. But I'm not enough of an expert on socioeconomics to really have an idea on what should be done about that. Like, I'll admit that that's kind of a failing of mine. Is that it wasn't until the last about, like, 4 years or so ago that I really started paying attention. You know? Well, you know, it's actually interesting you bring up term limits, too, because on the one hand, I sort of agree that, like, term limits would help. The way things are currently structured, term limits would actually be bad because of the way Congress works. By the time anybody figured out how the fuck the process worked, they'd be out of office. You know, there'd be a whole thing about would anything really be able to get done that effectively? You know, it would have to be like, well, terms of how many years do we want terms to be? You know, what could exceptions to that be? You know, like, there's so many more questions than I ever thought there were about stuff like term limits. Like I said before, I'm not an expert. You know, and it's just hard to not be, like, mad all the time whenever anything is going on, you know? Especially when you don't really know how to fix it, or can you really do it? You know, when you're not an expert, when you don't know a whole lot about the system or the economic system, like, I don't know a whole lot about how the economy works. I know people that do, you know, before I try to go ape shit over it. I try to get their opinions on it first, and I've been pretty rightfully recently, like, kind of put in, you know, kind of been told, like, hey, you know, I saw you posted this thing about this and this. Well, this isn't how this works, you know. You know, like, and very rightfully so. I've been like, oh, shit, well, yeah, I guess I was wrong. Like, you know, like, I've had some pretty questionable takes because I wasn't informed about, you know, how things work. You You know, and that's kind of the beauty of, like, having people who do know things better than you, is that it's not like a whole matter of, like, oh, I'm gullible, you know, oh, I'm letting other people dictate my opinions or my beliefs. But it's, you know, it's a matter of, like, when other people hold you accountable to staying informed, you know, I think that's more important. Like, understanding how something works. And I think we're just kind of in a clusterfuck right now. Like, this pandemic is just sort of like every bit of clusterfuckiness just coming to a head, and that's why we're kind of here. You know, I know a lot of people, like I was mentioning earlier, who don't have any, like, paid leave, or who don't have any way, you know, out of bad situations that are going on at the moment. And, you know, sometimes they have to wonder where, like, their next meal's coming from, you know, and I want to do what I can to help those people that I know, if I have to. Like, that's the whole like, I stocked up a little extra on food and some supplies, just in case if anybody I know, you know, fucking needs some, I can say, here you go. You know, I can say, like, well, here's some extra I have, you have something. You know? And it's just like, it kind of makes you upset to think about this in terms that aren't, you know, a bit more broad. Get, you know, it's easy to think about things about whether or not they'll affect you, like when, you know, when you talk about them in oh, shit, I realized I forgot to hit that before the first time. But, you know, it's like, it's easy to think about things and like, oh, well, does this really affect me? You know, when it doesn't. But when you see it from, like, all the people around you, you know, your friends, your family.
More than just a commitment to the UAC. It's a commitment to the future of mankind.
Oh, fuck, there's a lot
of your service.
Oh, I should have got this before I picked up the weapon mod box. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, whatever, you know. We're just playing for shits right now anyway. Yeah, the whole thing about it is... How do I get up? I forgot to unlock that door. I gotta take the long way around. No, it's one thing. I know I sound like I'm kind of talking in circles here. But like I was saying, it's one thing, you know, to hear about it on TV and the news and all that crap, and, you know, read it in articles online. It's something totally different to, you know, experience it in your life with the people around you. When something like this affects so many people so heavily, so fast, like, it's jarring almost. So many things that go into this. It's economic, it's political, it's all fucking twisted together. And you don't really have much of a choice but to, like, try and do what you can to help the people you care about while this is going on. You know? And I think it's kind of, you know, up to us to, like, as people, you know, look at what's been happening. Oh shit! I forgot you could get the plasma rifle in this level early. Yeah, but you gotta look. suit point, but it's fine. Let's see, just... Yeah, we'll reduce environment damage. Where am I going next? I still gotta get that other shit over there. Oh fuck! It goes back here in a circle. Oh, we damned. I still can't remember how the fuck to get in here. I know the first time I played this. First time I got through this game, it stumped me for a while. I'm trying to remember how the hell I got up there. You know, like, I don't know anybody personally who has the virus yet, but, you know, only a couple degrees of separation. Like, I know people who have it. And it's oh shit. How do you get in? What am I missing? No, it can be kind of hard to just sort of sit back and like just kind of watch this happen around you without being able to do much other than, you know, just help the people you know however you can, be socially responsible, you know, make sure you don't do anything that could put yourself or other people you know at risk, you know, any of that shit. Still need to get in there. That's how I get in here. Okay. And you know, it's been a while since I've played this level. Here we go. Slate. Full secrets. Welcome to whoever just joined the chat. Or are they gone already? Fuck. Yeah, I guess they're gone already. The little update bar on the top. I've got the little, like, you know, stream status bar on the top corner of my screen. You know, it's a little bit behind what's actually going on in the chat. Like, I don't actually have like a chat VOD. You know, like, I don't actually have like a chat log on my screen. I have to look over to my laptop while I'm doing this. That's probably why I fell off and died earlier. Get back here. Yeah, no, this kind of thing has been my catharsis ever since this whole mess started. You know, just have some over the top violence. Doesn't actually hurt real people. At least I certainly hope this game doesn't actually hurt real people. That would be an alarming discovery. This like it's Eternal, because in Eternal the plasma rifle like overloads like like when enemies have shields, it like overloads their shields and makes them explode. I keep trying to play this like it's that, but it's not. Is that all of them? Oh, that's all of them. I think there's a secret up this way. Ah. Fuck, it's buffering. Sorry if there's any, buffering on your guys' end. Like I said, this is something that affects all of us pretty heavily, you know, like pretty drastically, in a way that not many things have, especially in my lifetime before. Like, the last thing I can remember that was this drastic was, like, 9/11. Like, and I know it's not quite, like I said before, it's not quite like a, you know, it's not a comparison, but, like, you know, just the immediate impact of it all is just kind of similar in how, like, in just a short period of time, everybody's lives have completely changed because of this virus, you know? It's... Yeah, I love how little Doom Guy just gives a shit. He says, no. There's demons? I don't fucking care about anything else. They gotta die.
Unlocking your access to the facility scanner. Come to the Vega terminal, and I'll give you what you need.
Now, I thought about playing a Resident Evil 2 remake today, but I figured that might be... Well, no, I wanted to do something a little more cathartic. And playing a game about a viral outbreak in the middle of a viral outbreak seems just a tiny bit, you know, distasteful. Hey, what's up, Nate? Good to see you in the chat, my dude. Yeah, we're just, Marauders, are they bullshit? You know, I don't know. I've only faced, like, the one in the campaign mission and, like, the one in the Slayer Gate. So, you know, like, I don't really know if there's, like, a secret to them that I just haven't figured out yet. Like, there's kind of like a magic number for, like, the range you can engage them in, where you can, you know, effectively do more damage. I don't know what it is. Like, I haven't figured them out yet. Like I said, there's... Oh, you shit. I hate these shield guys in this game, because the plasma rifle doesn't do the overload thing like it does in Eternal. You know, the Marauders, they feel like... I love their design, like, visually, and I totally get what they're, like, trying to go for with the Marauder in terms of, like, gameplay. But, like, my biggest problem with Eternal has been trying to play it like this game. Because it's a completely different animal. It's so much faster. Everything about it is built about being faster and more hectic and crazy. You know, like, even, like, the reworks with, like the rework they did with the chainsaw and how it works there, rather than just have, like, constantly, like, limited charges, you always have at least one, like, you max out at 3 charges, you know, and, you know, you have one charge that is always on a cooldown, so eventually you will always have at least one. Because your ammo is much more scarce. You know, there's just, like, so much, like Marauders feel kind of bullshit, but I'm not really sure if there's just something about them I haven't figured out yet. Because with everything else in the game, there's just been like a thing about it that I haven't quite figured out yet. Now the thing is, yeah, you never feel like you have enough bullets because they did that on purpose. Because they reworked the chainsaw so you could use it more often. Like, you have so many more ways to affect enemies and deal with them that you have to kind of go through. You know, you have to use all of the tools that are available to you. You know, it really is like that. What did I miss over here? Fucking... Oh god, did I not get the auto map data? Oh yeah, like the grenades actually don't suck in a turtle, which is great. Like they have their uses, like you get 2 grenades. Like at least I don't know if you get a third one. I haven't finished the game yet. There's like I gotta go back and hit that auto map, I think. Because I'm me, and it's gonna bug me if I don't. No, I haven't. Oh wow, there's one of those, huh? There's a do what you gotta do now because you can't come back. Oh man. Did you get all of the unlockables? That you can... Did you get like all the unlockable stuff that you can get with the Sentinel batteries from your base at least? If not, I definitely recommend going back to get that stuff. Like, go back to, like, old missions. Like, the mission replayability, I kind of like that. Because I'm being me and being a completionist. Alright, and sorry, Ricketts, that I didn't mention it before, but... Like I said, if you gotta go out, it was good seeing you in the stream, good talking with you. And, where the fuck was that auto map? Did I, like, lose a brain cell? What's going on here? Yeah, no, I'm kind of doing the same thing and just kind of being more, you know, run it back and... Is it this way? Yeah, it's up there, so I gotta... How the hell did I miss it? But yeah, I've been kind of the same way. You know, I'm gonna go back and, you know, like, get a couple of things. But I've been mostly, like, scouring everything during my, you know, runs here. During my, like, campaign runs. Like, my mission runs. Shit. I gotta go back even further, don't I? Yeah, sorry for this being, like, maps of the video so far. Room because I was there before. I was there before. How the fuck can't I remember how to get back? Oh man. Slow doors in base. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, like, it's not perfect, but I do like that, you know, you get like the fast travel option and all of that. You know, I do like all of that. And the base doors are kind of slow, but, you know. Pretty much everything else about the game so far I've found thoroughly enjoyable. Killing time, going back for this auto map thing that tells me everything I already know. I get it. Yeah, no, don't play ultraviolence on your first run, you absolute madman. I was playing on the normal difficulty and I was getting my ass thrown all over the place to the point where I said, okay, you know what? Like, I will fully admit on this channel right now that I went back and played on I'm Too Young, started it over on I'm Too Young to Die because I'm like, I'm not good at, I need to get good at this game first. It's like, I need to get good first. Fuck does one get to that map room? It feels so stupid, like I've been there already. You know, I'm not the best at, like, I'm not great at a lot of first-person shooters unless I've played them a shit ton. Like, back when Titanfall 2 was new, I played that to fucking death. And I loved it. And I was pretty good at that, but yeah, no, it's gonna take me a while before I can even like confidently play Eternal on anything harder than like the base level difficulty of like a Hurt Me Plenty. It's like Eternal is much harder. Eternal is much harder than this game. So, Nate, how's the quarantine been for you? You know? Fuck me, I'm back here again. I went the wrong way. I don't care. I tried. Am I have full ammo? Huh, guess I am. A shotgun on the wind. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. Oh, you got puppers. Good.
It's a gift.
Good. Yeah, I don't have any pets in the apartment right now. Like, I just pretty recently, well,
help you on your journey.
Like 5 months ago, but fairly recently moved in my own place. And here in Liverpool. You know, no pets. Because it's a 1-bedroom and there'd be nowhere for them to go. Yeah, I know. Like, job hunting in this is just a nightmare. Yeah, like, my girlfriend's been looking for a new job too because she kind of hates hers, and this isn't helping at all. I've gotten fairly lucky in that I'm a contract employee working for, you know, a company that actually seems to give a shit.
I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
Yeah, no, like, on just every level, this whole quarantine has been a fucking mess with like, jobs and, you know, paid sick leave and all that. And
According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion originated in...
I believe, like, some of the discourse going around about this, though. Like, the discourse is spicy and bad. Mostly bad. When it comes to, like, anything you see on the fucking news about this, you know?
I feel I should apologize for what's happened here. Some of my employees took things too far. Olivia was the cause of all this, and I believe you will have to deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this. We exploited hell and its resources.
Hook up some Molotovs and just start walking to Canada. Dude, I don't even know if they want us.
So, what you now see in
I mean, Canada, they got problems too, man, you know? Like, ask a Canadian politician what happened to their native population and watch them sweat bullets, you know? It's like, hey, where'd all your natives go? Don't ask.
Neither of us will survive the meltdown.
Fine. I didn't mind that little respite from... Yeah, no, we don't have a sterling record on that here either, for sure. I knew it. I knew that fucking auto map was gonna keep me from getting a weapon point. God damn it. Ah, that is infuriating. Oh no, like, no, I'm not trying to excuse anything we've done, but I was like, yeah. No, like, these... Like, can you believe the celebrities that fucking went on Twitter and sang Imagine? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, these rich people gotta come up with some new material fucking quick, because people are starting to put two and two together real fast. Like, real fast. I think we're all a little jaded at this point, and, you know, kind of understandably so. To save the mod points, or to spend the mod points. I'll get more. God, yeah, no, I understand that completely. That's the biggest reason I didn't get cable, is because of just how fucking stressful the news is right now. Like, I get it, like, I just get angry.
After running more
watching it.
diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your combat.
Like I was saying before you popped in, it's very hard not to just be very angry
The facility will not have access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level
because
is brought down
it's like watching a
inside the
horror movie in a way, where like you can see that all of the decisions being made are going to lead to bad places, but you can't do anything to stop it. You know, like, if that makes sense. You know, people shit on the tactical scope. I think it's a great mod when you get mastery on it. It's dope. Yeah, like the the shots you fire while you're in the scope are actually more powerful than like regular shots, and that's even before you get the like weapon mastery on it.
Gas leak detected. Access denied.
Oh yeah, no, the Eternal, the heavy cannon, great. Huge fan. It does feel a lot better, I agree, but the only thing I don't like is that when you're using the scope, it fires 6 fucking rounds per trigger pull. Like, are you kidding me right now, man? Like, I don't like that it burns through white so much ammo. White back. I apologize again if on your guys' end, I just had a little on mine. It's still going. Oh, there we go. Where are we right now? You know what? Oh, fuck. I've been doing this the whole stream, falling off of shit, because I'm just a hot mess today. My spatial awareness is, because it's trying to like talk, and it's the whole thing of like trying to, you know, multitask, and your brain is only like so many things at once. It does make such a good pop. It's like, yeah, I agree. It's very satisfying to use.
Access granted.
It just slides down and makes the little, like, windshield noise. Like, fuck, that's
Gas
funny.
leak stopped.
Like, this game has, like... What don't you like about the combat shotgun? In Eternal? I think it's... You know, at first, I wasn't really, like, on board with, you know, like, the mod changes, but then the more I played it, the more... I mean, like, where you get the real damage output with the combat shotguns is with the mods, for sure. The mods are so much better in Eternal than they are. Like, the sticky bomb is, like, my go-to. So many things.
Demonic reduced by 25%.
It's just my problem solver right there. You know, and you have to be, like, way in their face to do, like, damage with the combat shotgun. And I found that it's much more effective against, like, really weak enemies, like the zombies and the imps and the soldiers. Like, that's where it's most effective, is in just, like, clearing out the chaff. Like, if you want to deal serious damage, that's what you got the super shot. Oh my god, yes, the super shotgun. The fucking meat hooks, just... Give me that. That was the first weapon I got mastery on. Because it's easy. Oh shit. Didn't mean to fall down here. Oh well, this is where I am. Yeah, and it sets them on fire. Like, grapple to your enemies and then get armor out of them. Like, hot diggity da damn, gimme that. so much easier to do death from above kills when you get the double jump. You gotta like actually plan what the fuck you're doing before you get the double jump. I'll admit the secret encounters are some of the more challenging bits, because there was one. There was one that took me like probably almost 20 tries to get. I almost like I fucking almost gave up and just. There we go. Challenge complete. Give me them bullets.
Demonic threat reduced by
30-second Marauder? No, that wasn't that one. 30-second Marauder? Oh god. Why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that, Nate, you bastard? No, it was the one in the, it was the toxic waste plant in, like, the super gore nest level. Where's the barrel? This is one explosive barrel. Where are the barrels at? Oh, fuck. Your head explode. I can't find any explosive barrel down here. Shame. I'm just literally... Oh shit, was there one? Of course, it was in here. Of course, there are barrels right in here, and I just didn't think. Fucking... Ugh. Damn, that was my own stupid ass fault. Well, no, I do kind of like how they're in the level. I mean, I'm used to stuff like that in games, like if you've ever played like a Devil May Cry game, it's kind of like the secret missions in that. For some, well, they're in the level, and I mean, usually they end up like zorping you to another area, but like you access them from within the level. But I like that, you know, at first I didn't like how they were level, but they have, like, sometimes there's, like, environmental challenges that you're, like, meant to get over, and I can see what they were going for there, and sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. Like, that's been kind of... Oh, hell. Welcome. Fuck. Explode their shields. Just as a That's right. Also not a dick. Now there's parts about this that I enjoy with, like, there's some aspects of environmental, like, limitations on a challenge that I enjoy and some I don't. It's like some of them are kind of clever and some of them are just like, haha, hope you find them in time. understand to a point. Sometimes, like I was saying, with those limitations, sometimes it's sort of like yeah, that's the point. Is it's like, can you? Like it's a different set of skills you're testing. Is like, how well can you traverse the environment, considering like how fast the game is. There's only 2 of you? God damn it. I want to get stupid challenges done. Really? That only got 1 of you? I can't remember. Isn't there a fucking secret level around here? It's supposed to be clever or something. I feel like an idiot. It's been a hot minute since I played this game specifically. Yeah, I've noticed, but there was one challenge that challenge, like specifically I remember, was just so much easier if like you just use the fucking ballista or like the BFG, you just wipe them all off the screen at once.
Remember, the blind council is always watching.
Deal with 30-second honor. You have to stagger the fuck. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's like a certain distance you have to be at where like his eyes glow green, and that's when he's vulnerable. Like if you're too far, dudes at you. If you're too close, he just brings up his shield and shoots you with a shotgun. Like there's a certain sweet spot you have to be in order to engage him properly. And I just have not figured out what that is yet. Like I haven't encountered them enough to really, get that down yet. I'm sure once I've faced off against them more, that, like, I'll get it.
Core temperature rising.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they tell you when you first encounter him is that, like, you have to maintain that distance vulnerable. Chumps around the blow up. I don't think I'm getting that challenge. I think I already blew it. Goldilocks zone is pretty narrow.
Demonic threat reduced by.
That's a good way to put it,
75%.
Goldilocks zone. Yeah, it can be kind of narrow. I think it's something that I just have to get good at. But yeah, no, it is fairly difficult. So like, yeah, I get why he's frustrating for sure. Like, oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Who else in here? Commander Root. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you if you're just hanging around. Enjoy. I don't know if you know what's up with this chat, but with the stream, what we're doing is kind of, I would say it's like a group sort of blog about just games and the quarantine and virus, about how all of that's going. Like, you know, I just talk about your experiences in, you know, how this quarantine's been going for you. And you wanna talk about it at all, or if you just wanna hang out and listen, play some Doom, whichever works for you. Yeah, I do love that the UAC just goes full evil cult.
Disengaged.
Yeah, like, see Jessica in Human Resources. Yeah, and then shows up again in Eternals.
To our success. With you, we will establish a new
Backwards? Yeah, this is where I came from. God damn it. Alright. I need your blood. All of your blood. But I like how, like, some of the UAC that are still on Mars that you encounter are, like, still, like, regular people and not quite, like, you know, murder death cult yet. They're just kind of shitty. Like what this is, but I don't know how to get there. I know it's a challenge level. I don't know how to get there. I don't know where the left. Oh, hi. Fancy seeing you here. Actually, I have a question. Can you give me some... Thanks, bud. No, this isn't the game that dropped on the 20th. This is the, that's the sequel to this one. Jesus. No, this isn't Doom Eternal. This is just Doom 2016. But, I do want to let you all know I have Eternal. I have played it. I haven't finished it, but it's very, very good. So, go and get it. Shit. Let me on the thing. Yeah, but no, those guys aren't the ARC. I'm talking about, like, the ones you encounter on Mars that are like, the corporate's telling us to let them through. What's wrong with those people? You know? Like those guys. Yeah, no, that was not worth the armor. I mean, that was just me being a dumbass and missing the platform. You know, I haven't been exactly a god of traversal during the... Yeah, no, whenever there's a fucking... Ooh. I swear, am I missing something? Figure out what... I just don't remember where that damn lever is, getting the secret level. The thing that bugs me about them is that they're not highlighted. You know, like, you interact with them, but they're not highlighted. Seriously? You gonna do this to me right now, dude? Pull the lever, Kronk! Yeah, if I could find the damn thing. Over there. No. Wrong lever! That movie's so good. Yell Marco. Hello? No, wait, I'm supposed to say Marco. Does the lever know? Levers don't know rules. I've got myself really turned around here. And embarrassing. Okay, where's the fucking... Yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna move on. Wasting time. There's a point at which he's gotta go. Floaty things. Nobody likes them.
Core temperature. Reaching critical levels.
Oh shit, it's this room. I do like me this room. I love all the little, like, kill room arenas in this game. Why are there rockets here? Am I supposed to have the rocket launcher by now? Don't think I am. I'm betting there's a secret way. There's probably a secret way you can get it early, and I've just completely forgotten about where it is. So that's definitely where... Oh, there you are. Damn. The music just got more intense. I was wondering what the answer was. How do you play? And eat shit. Now, while we're sitting here, relaxing, cathartically murdering tons of dudes, I I did, like I mentioned before, if anybody in the chat just kind of wants to, like, really talk about their quarantine and how it's affecting them. Kind of a little experiment I'm doing, really. Well, not really like an experiment, just kind of like a... I just want to document how this is really affecting people. Alright, Nate. Be back later. Good to hear. Good having you in. And we get done.
Temperature is now stabilized.
That's just me not paying attention to where I'm going. I'm trying to look at the chat log while I'm moving.
It could be Olivia.
Damn, I need to get some ammo. Finally is all the meat's back in, huh? About time. I mean, trying to shop there's a bit of a hike for me now, so... Probably won't be going there myself, but good for you guys.
Authorization. Olivia Pierce. Alpha 402.
I mean, are you at least getting hazard pay for this? Bob's going back into... Terry's still selling those things? Also, I dig the chat.
She is trying to tear open the portal
nice little callback.
between our world
Nice
and
callback.
theirs.
JB, how is that old cranky bastard doing?
You could not have saved them anyway.
Sounds like this corner in particular is so damn dark.
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.
Alright. Yeah, but $25 gift cards don't pay rent. Problem. Birdman is just as rowdy. Oh, shit. Hang on. How does this sound? Does this sound better? Harry walked out mid-shift? He fucking left? Like he quit? Alright, how's this? Kind of changing my mic settings on the fly here. Alright, yeah, that's what I thought. I guess I just had the game volume up. Alright. But yeah, no, he just fucking he just ducked out he just quit mid-shift, huh?
Olivia is using the tower.
Don't necessarily blame him. But it's still kind of a dick move.
Way in.
Alright, let's see what we can do here.
To their world. You can
Is that
prevent it
better?
from opening the gate by disabling the tower induction filters.
Just not a good influence, huh?
Untethered cross-dimensional activity is a frequent occurrence outside of the base, so it is recommended that workers buddy up when journeying onto the
Yeah,
modern
sorry to hear
surface.
that, bro. But I mean, at least he's not your problem anymore. But yeah, so how's, other than like hell on earth at work, how's the quarantine been affecting you? You know, like I said, it's kind of what I'm hoping to like sort of document with this stream. Just kind of get a feel how this is really affecting people. You know. You know, you missed my like. I was on a bit of a rant earlier, but I suppose, well, no one else was in here at the time. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, my hands are pretty chapped too, for the most part. Not super talkative in the middle of this little challenge. There we go. Oh, he's on like actual lockdown. Shit. That's rough, man. Yeah, I was also on like actual quarantine until today, actually. Between Monday and today, my work was deemed, you know, essential. We got the okay from legal and the governor, so we were back in today. And I missed 3 days, but you know, what can you do? Nobody's nerfed. Shit, I have 5 of these fucking tokens. Yeah, you are still getting paid. That is a good at least. Yeah, I wasn't getting paid for the 3 days I missed, which that sucked, but There's that rocket launcher. You guys have been dead, huh? Well, yeah, I'm guessing because of the shelter-in-place order, yeah. Just for this. Fire the automatic. Kill 2 Hell Knights to death. Yeah, like, people weren't going super crazy around me. Like, when it came to, like, getting supplies and shit. Like, around me, especially when I went out a couple days ago to get, like, my groceries for basically, like, the next couple weeks, is that I exploded myself. But yeah, around me, like, people weren't going, like, apeshit. They were just getting, like, kind of, like, the same things they would normally get, but just more of it because they had to. You know? Like... Let's do what you irritate me. Yeah, 3-pound limit on ground beef is a good option. That's gotta be good for you guys. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it is kind of a too little, too late sort of deal. To a point, what else can you do? So there's only so much you, the employee, can do when they pull bullshit like that. Sorry if there's any buffering on your guys'. It's doing that for me right now. Tell them no with a smile. Yeah, it's pretty much all you can do at that point, isn't it? No phone orders. Yeah. I'm guessing there had to be a lot of restrictions put in at meat departments specifically for that. Ah! Fuck. Get out my face. Oh, no! Fuck. I'm dead. Ah. The lack of curry chickens is amazing. Yeah, I don't miss that at all. I'm gonna be real with you here, Sarah. I don't miss that at all. You gotta run away, weapon mod bot. Alright, it was good having you in, Sarah. Yeah, you too. Have a good night. Stay safe out there. Alright, unfortunately, this looks like part of the night where I actually have to bug out today. But it was good having everybody in to chat and talk about what was going on and you know, just kind of get a feel for how this is affecting people. You know, I kind of want to like open up a discourse where people can just sort of talk about how this affects them. And I'm glad I was able to accomplish that at least a little bit tonight. So I don't know if I'll upload this one to YouTube. I probably will, but I might not, you know, because people don't like politics talking their video games, but you know, whatever. But anyways, it was good having you all on, and I'll see you all next time.